A VA has to be a flexible work machine, is how I would define it. Because there are many types of VAs, and a VA's job can depend day by day depending on what their client needs.
I would tell them I do everything. It's like a virtual secretary. I'm open to any other things or tasks. I'm a VA and I can multitask and do other things. A VA can be involved in e commerce. A VA can be involved in email support, chat support. Social media management nowadays are very popular. Video editing, graphics design. Customer service is also a good opportunity for those starters. If they don't have any experience as a VA, I think customer service is one of the opportunity for them to become a VA. Because when you start with customer service, you can actually open your doors to anything, any task.
A VA is someone who has the luxury to work from home whilst helping different clients with whatever they need, and that a VA is someone who is very persistent and determined to learn many things. The VA help the client with many things, especially for email administration and doing all of the marketing. And I know many people are seeking social media marketing VAs right now, and as well as SEO, because many businesses, especially American businesses, are needing the help of an SEO specialist. And VAs are very much all-rounded people, and they have like many skills that they continue to improve whenever they have the chance to. SEO means search engine optimization. So SEO is essentially how websites and businesses get discovered, especially on Google. It's kind of an overcrowded platform now because many people want to be discovered on Google.
Well, actually, I started as a content writer, but before I was actually a content writer, I was taught to do the SEO as well. And from then on, I had to write articles that are actually SEO friendly and using other tools. I was actually new to that, but I had a week of training in order for me to do those. And after a couple of months, I jumped into virtual human resource. And right now, I'm a digital humans resource manager. I have been dealing lately with VAs and applicants as well.
There's a lot of different type of VA, but I'm a general virtual assistant. So whatever my client requests me to do, I would do. That would be research, answering the emails, doing some simple bookkeeping, running some errands that she needs me to do in my locality. Like she has some contacts here. So if I need to go to this person personally, I would go. So any request that is needed on her business.
My first task was to really help her with her social media graphics. So I made some Instagram templates and postings for her for the week. I work part-time. For me, part-time is more interesting with me since the skills that I offer as a virtual assistant is an output-based work. So I would like to really be in control of my time, though I still want to really beat the deadlines that is given to me, but I'm not that comfortable of tracking my time since I feel pressured sometimes.
Even if VA is called virtual assistant, like assisting you virtually, I call VA as a partnership. I just don't call it like a self-made or like I'm just your assistant. I just go ahead and try to wait for all of your instructions and do whatever you want. But I think a VA is a partnership. Why do I say so? Because my task is just not do what you want me to do. Well, that's part of it. But I also have ideas that maybe can also improve the way how your company works, right? So it just not just boils down to the idea of you as a boss, right? But I also can do suggestions. So it's like partnership, and we can just go ahead and brainstorm of what can we improve more and what we can do better for our services.
I'm working full-time, 8 hours a day, 5 times a week. I am managing his Instagram account, his business account. I'm his social media manager, and at the same time, whatever he asks me to do, like I should write some script for his next work, I should look for this client's email, their contact number. He wants me to create blogs for his website, something like that. I'm like his general virtual assistant.
I would say that a virtual assistant or a VA is someone who would be able to assist the client on both personal and professional level. It actually depends on what the client is looking for. A VA is actually a partner to a client. It's not an employer and employee relationship. It's more of partnership.
Actually, I have encountered this kind of question with my colleagues because I have also introduced this one to them. They usually ask what is the job specifically. So I always tell them it depends on the niche you want to explore or you are exposed to. Most of the responsibilities that I do is under SMM, but I don't really hold my clients' pages or my clients' accounts. They let me make my own account. And then it's also like lead generation specialist. Yeah, like I look for people who wanted to be a life insurance broker. And then I try to schedule appointments from possible leads to my client. It's like looking for leads and then posting about the company and scheduling appointments.
It's just a really simple task that I have. Most of my tasks are just research, email management, file management, data entries, mostly a lot of research that I'm doing. Since the first time that he gave me the task, when I started working with him, it was just doing some links. You know, you need to go that site and copy paste like that and put it in a sheet. It's like copy pasting, more on copy pasting. So it's not that complicated. It's not that hard for me. The next task, I was doing research because my client is a businessman for properties. He has lots of properties in the US. So I do most research for companies, people like landlords, tenants, all their informations that we need. I also did research when they tell me that I need to research like construction materials that he will need for his business. Then I will research everything that he needs for me to research. I'm doing it, and also email management. Like when I research those people, I have all the informations.
To define in a few words what a VA does, a VA has to be a flexible work machine, is how I would define it. Because there are many types of VAs, and a VA's job can depend day by day depending on what their client needs. So a VA has to be very flexible, has to have multiple skill sets that can be utilized for a client to use, and they have to be willing to undergo different phases of their employment. So for me, a VA is not something that can be defined through just one job description, because again, a VA has to be very flexible, very versatile. So yeah, it has to be a flexible, versatile working machine is how I would describe a VA.
There's a lot of things that you can get a virtual assistant to do. Virtual assistants, they do like a range of tasks from helping you out with administrative work, data entry, sometimes even personal calls for clients, anything that can help a client grow their business. So basically you do the minor stuff or the little stuff so that the client can focus on the bigger stuff for the company. I think that's just basically it.
Well, actually the virtual assistant work directly with the client. They cater the needs of the client depending on what category. It can be a real estate, it can be in a medical or healthcare, or other proper companies that need an assistant to help them in their documentation, in providing assistance in calls or email management, email support, or some needs web design also. I see a lot of VA catering, web design, graphic designs. So it depends on the need of the client. What they personal need is to someone who can help them to have easy access on everything that they do, so that the work will be easier for them. I work as a medical transcriptionist, so for 15 years of solid experience of handling medical transcription. I believe the job is important abroad. They need us. I know that hospital or healthcare needs medical transcriptionists. Maybe they have also locally, but the reason for them hiring offshore is, of course, the cheaper they can save, because our services are, I believe, lower than what they offer in the local. But we provide the best accurate report ever. We can provide the best accurate medical reports because of our expertise for years.
Right now, because there are different kinds of virtual assistant niche, there's cold calling, there's customer service representative, there's web developer, and right now I call myself digital marketing specialist. I do design web page. I help my clients with regards to her digital marketing presence and get her business out there. Social media management. I do Facebook ads. I do graphic designing, and I also do email automation and email marketing. It's a never-ending list, and to tell you honestly, I'm still learning. I've been working for a year now, but technology is rapidly changing. You really have to keep up, especially the social media world. You really need to know what's the trend, and the software that we are using, it's always changing, it's always updating. You need to also know how to manage tasks. You really have to be organized. You really need to know how to use the Microsoft Office and so on. It's really a never-ending list.
Well, in general, VAs are like a personal assistant, a secretary, as you say, to business owners. But for me right now, I'm more than a VA, because if you wanted to serve your target client and to get premium clients, you have to specialize on one thing. Right now, I'm specializing in social media marketing. So I'm now a social media VA, or a social media enthusiast, or what we call social media marketer. So we have a different niche and we have a different titles that we have to, depending on what we specialize in. So that's what VA is all about. You have just to get what your passion is, and do what you need to do and what you love to do.
Basically, I'm all around. I do everything in the office, from email management, responding to queries from the clients, generating reports from our CRM portal. I'm also in charge of all the office contracts, employee contracts. I'm also doing some stuff for the CEO as his personal assistant. So anything that he asks for me, I do it for him personally, or business-related matters. And I deal with our sales team on a day-to-day basis. So whatever support they need, I give it to them. And yeah, all the administrative functions in the office, I do it, but just virtually.
There are a lot of areas in VA. We have administration, we have bookkeeping, we have admin assistant, we have accounting. We also have medical VAs. There are many types of VAs, but I call myself a social media VA. So in social media, I do the graphic designs, I do the copywriting, hashtag research, social media engagements, all that kind of stuff.
For me, being a virtual assistant is working for a client virtually. So you will be assisting the client. So for example, I have a client who is based in the US. That client is very busy. She doesn't have time for extra activities. She doesn't have time for anything. She's just working. That client wants me to be on top of her. So what she does, I will do. So I think being a virtual assistant is what the client does, you will do that for you to assist the client. I can say you will be the executive assistant or the secretary of that client.